Normally, when I'm solving an equation, I find that there's exactly one number that makes my equation true. But it's also possible that there are no solutions, or no numbers that make it true, or I could find that every single number would make my equation true. So we're going to look at two examples that show what it looks like when I have no solutions or all real numbers. So if I start with my first example, and I begin attacking it like I would every other equation, I simplify both sides first. So on the right-hand side, I get 2x plus 2 once I distribute. There's still a plus x. Drop everybody else straight down. On the left-hand side, there's nothing to simplify, so that stays 3x minus 6. On the right-hand side, I can combine like terms with the x's, and I get 3x plus 2. So I've now simplified both sides as far as they can go. I now want to get the x's to the same side, so my options are I could either subtract 3x from the left or subtract 3x from the right. So I think I'm going to subtract 3x because that's my only option. And something different happens here. I'm used to getting rid of the variables on one side, but in this case I get rid of the variables from both sides. And I'm left with just negative 6 equals 2, which should make me a little bit uncomfortable because I know that negative 6 does not equal 2. Anytime that my variables cancel out and I don't have any left, I have either no solution or all real numbers. And in this case, if I have a false number statement, something like negative 6 equals 2, I know that I have no solution to my equation. In other words, there are no numbers that I could plug into my original in order to make it true or to make it the same on both sides. So again, if the variables cancel out and I get a false number statement, something like negative 6 equals 2, the answer is no solution. No numbers that would make my original true. If I look at a second example, something like this, again, I begin solving my equation like I would any other one, distribute the negative 6 on the left, and distribute a negative 2 on the right. So that gives me negative 6x plus 24 equals 28. Then I get minus 6x, keep distributing, minus 4. I'm not done simplifying both sides yet because there are like terms on the right-hand side. So I drop everybody else straight down. Negative 6x plus 24 equals 28 minus 4 gives me 24 minus 6x. I've now simplified both sides as far as they'll go. So I want to get the variables to the same side. My options are to add 6x or add 6x. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just add 6x because it's my only option. And I run into the same situation that I did last time where both of my variables cancel out. But the difference is whenever I drop the remaining things straight down, I get a statement 24 equals 24, which is actually a true number statement. So the numbers are equal to each other. My variables have canceled out. So I know it's either no solution or all real numbers. Since it's true, I know that I have all real numbers as my solution. So what does that mean? That means that if I choose any number in this world and come up here and plug it in for the x value, it's going to make both sides the same. So if all of my variables cancel out, I have either no solution or all real numbers, and I just check to see if I have a false number statement or a true number statement. Don't just leave the answer like 24 equals 24, because I already knew that fact. Tell me what that means. Tell me that it means there are all real numbers as my solutions.